It's a special edition of Café Mocha, driving souls to the polls. We're days away from Tuesday, November 8th, voting day. And we are moments away for our final interview with Michelle Obama as reigning First Lady. And this time I have her to myself, so I'm really excited. Anyway, I had nightmares last night. I mean, not like a real nightmare, but I dreamt that I missed the interview.
I can't wait for people to listen to this interview.
Hello? Hi, it's Angelique with Café Mocha Radio.
First Lady will be added momentarily. Please stand by.
Thank you.
Ma'am, are you still there?
Hi, perfect. And stand by for FLOTUS, okay? Hi, Angelique. It's Caroline Morales in the First Lady's office.
Hello.
Hi. I just want to make sure, you're on. Is Lonnie also on, or is it just going to be you
It's
doing
just
the interview?
me. Lonnie had to tape her TV show today, so it's just me.
Hello, is this Angelique?
Hello, it is the First Lady of the United States.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm sorry. You know, Lonnie couldn't be here. She's taping
That's okay. Tell Lonnie I said hi. Tell her I'm not insulted that she blew me off.
She's off taping The Real today, but we have to thank you for always including Café Mocha in your schedule. So let's get to the election, First Lady. I have to be honest, I'm scared. We have a man here with zero political experience, points away from running our country. Why is this election so important?
Well, I think you said it. You're terrified, aren't you, of the prospects of waking up on November the 9th to a candidate who is not the best to run this country. But here's the thing, Angelique. We are in full control of this. You know, this is an election that if we turn out, and by we, I'm meaning minorities, young folks, women, if we turn out in the same way that we did in 2008 and 2012, Hillary Clinton will win. So that's what I want to make sure that voters understand. I mean, one of the things I've said in my speech, Hillary's done her job. She has spent her life preparing to be commander-in-chief, and she's ready on day one. I know this woman. I know her values. I know her preparation. Barack and I have seen her operate. She is going to be a phenomenal president. She's built an amazing campaign. A lot of our campaign workers are working with her on the ground. They're doing the turnout. They have a grassroots organization. The message is clear. She has raised the money. She has won all the debates. As I've told people, now it's on us.
Right.
You know, we have to turn out, and we have to do it in the numbers that we match because, Angelique, this race is as important as electing Barack Obama.
Right.
Because this is about his legacy. It's about making sure, and we've heard the other side say that they have a plan to reverse everything that this president has done, everything that Barack and I and all of us have done together. They are chomping at the bits to turn it all back, whether it's right or wrong. They just want to change it.
We're talking to the First Lady. Yes, blacks, Hispanics, Muslims, females. We can all imagine what a Trump White House looks like. Will you share what Secretary Clinton's plan is to preserve and enhance the change that President Obama has started?
Well, absolutely. I mean, she and her husband were among the first administrations to try to pass affordable health care. Right. Barack was able to get it done. So they're going to continue to do the work to strengthen that legislation and to make sure that people continue to have health care, to make sure that women have access to birth control, that we have our mammograms paid for. Right. She's going to keep cutting taxes for working class families to balance out the inequities that are still happening in working class communities all over this country. The criminal justice reform, Angelique, is on the line here. I mean, Barack was able to start getting some things done, but you imagine what is going to happen to all the reforms that have been put in place if Hillary's opponent wins. She will continue that trajectory, and we need a president like Hillary Clinton to really finish the job of improving our criminal justice system so that it works for everybody. And let's not forget about immigration reform.
Right.
We need a comprehensive immigration policy. We've seen that a Republican Congress will, for whatever reason, not because they don't agree with it, but they will fight to work against it. And Hillary's going to finish the job that Barack started. So, I mean, on almost every issue, and let's not talk about national security.
Right.
Hillary Clinton, let's not forget, was the former Secretary of State.
That's
she
right.
understands these world leaders. She knows the issues around the world. Her opponent is going to have to start figuring it out if he gets into office. We don't have that kind of time around
right.
issues of national security. So we need somebody who's ready to hit the ground on day one. And let me tell you, the world is watching.
Oh, they
and
are.
They are rooting for Hillary Clinton. The world leaders know that the United States needs a competent commander-in-chief who knows what they're doing. And the only person in this race who fits that bill is Hillary Clinton. That's why we're supporting her. That's why I've been so passionately out there, Angelique, because I know that we need this woman in the White House. And if I didn't believe it, I wouldn't be on this phone making this phone call with you right now.
You have been such
I just wouldn't be spending this
right.
amount of time, but this is important. And I want to make sure all your viewers, all your listeners understand that this is on us. And I want people getting out to the polls in droves. I want us to send a message. This is one of those elections where we need some message sending. You know what I'm saying?
You have been such an amazing supporter and champion for women during this election. So I have a woman question for you. How do females get the respect we deserve and have earned in the workplace?
I think we have to demand it, and we have to. In a democracy like this, Angelique, the vote is what speaks volumes.
Right.
And let me help you understand how we respond to the vote. I mean, if we feel connected to a candidate like this presidential candidate, we turn up,
right.
which is why we won the last two presidential elections. Women, we turn out in droves. But during the midterms, Angelique, our numbers drop off.
Okay.
We don't vote in the middle of those presidential elections. That's why we have a Republican-run Congress who's basically been a major obstacle to continued progress around equal pay,
right.
work-family balance, child care, all the issues that we care about, plus, straight up, just pay equity and immigration reform and health care. We care about everything else, too.
Right.
But because we stay home on the midterms, it directly impacts the leadership of this country. So that's why I'm saying if we show up, what happens in 2008, 2012 will happen again this year. If we stay home, if we're ambivalent, or if we play around with voting for a third-party candidate, which is, in my view, a no vote,
right.
then we don't use that power, right? That's one power. Now, the other power is our voice. We have an opportunity to elect the first woman president.
Woo!
Are you kidding me, girl? Let's just stop there. You want to talk about some power? You want to talk about one of the reasons why I'm standing on stage at this historic moment at rallies with Hillary Clinton? Because I want to be a part of that movement. I want to look my little girls in the eye and say that I did everything I could to send a message to the world that women can be leaders, that we can overcome the crap and the noise that we've heard in this election at a time where we're hearing all this, Angelique. If women are not just outraged and ready to roll up our sleeves and get in this game with our vote and then with our feet and then with our organizing and then with our voices, don't get me started.
Now, on the note of people coming out to the polls, millennials rushed out to support President Obama. They love you guys. Many of them are threatening to stay at home. Please share with the kids that this is not a popularity contest. They need to go out and vote.
This is one of these things where this is their future in the balance. I mean, that's why when I look into the eyes of young people and I look at why I'm doing this, I look at the kids in college campuses and I look at kids who are my daughter's age, and I'm like, this is for you because this is your future. You know, you talk about a candidate who doesn't even believe in climate change. I mean, where are millennials? Where is the earth going to be? What position will they be if we don't get a president who believes in climate change and is combating climate change?
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you, First Lady. They have the music playing in the background. We thank you for your support. You've been an inspiration.
Yeah, I was like, what is that?
That means it's time for us to go.
Okay, it's like, oh, we're getting the bell.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Angelique.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll talk.
Okay.
You keep ringing the alarm, okay?
Absolutely.
People are listening to you as much as they listen to me. So we're counting on you, babe.
All right, one mind, one vote. This is Café Mocha.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And how many times did she say my name? Angelique.
She did.
Angelique.
She did.
She's really good, though. She does the research.
So I want to take it back to the first time you learned that you could interview Michelle Obama. Do you remember when that happened?
It was a couple years ago, and honestly,
it was so nerve-wracking. It was, first of all, short notice, always short notice, but the Secret Service calls before she does. So they called an hour beforehand, and it was like they had satellite radar. They were like, psh, we're just checking, you're at 3421 Burbank, you know, like latitude and longitude. And then they wanted to know who was in there. Renee Gross, Charlene Moore, Gretchen. You like, they read everybody who was in the building. And we were all like, I mean, they even knew like our government names. I mean, my name is Angelique, but the other ladies are like, this one. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then they put us on hold and the presidential music started playing. We were like, and then it was waiting. And then she came on and it was just amazing. It was amazing. And it's amazing every time. I don't think you ever get used to or comfortable with this level of exchange.
What does interviewing Michelle Obama mean to you? What does she mean as the First Lady?
I don't think there has been anyone that's been more profound. You know, you said earlier inspirational, and that's what it is. To see a black woman up there like that, I don't think people understand what that means. My thought going into the interview was just to ask good questions and not to, you know, it's a little nerve-wracking, as I said, and not to be nervous. You know, I've done an interview before where my voice was shaking and you could hear how nervous I was. So I just wanted to, you know, present myself with confidence. And of course, the most important thing is encourage people to get out there and vote. I think the difference this time is the urgency. I mean, last time we interviewed her, it was going into one of the midterm elections, and so President Obama had already made it into the second term, and we were trying to get Congress back, you know, back blue again. And so she called for that. But this time, there's a lot at stake.
What do you do next? Where do you go from here next?
I'm going to the University of Southern California to class. That's what's next.
My president is black, my Maybach too, and my president is black, my Maybach too, and